to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making turkey and broccoli supreme. This is a good way to get rid of your leftover turkey when you're having Thanksgiving, Christmas, or I have turkey all through the year. And a lot of times we want this dish and I just use chicken in it. So I've got everything cut up and ready to go, which it only takes 15 minutes anyway to do it. So we're going to start out with our broccoli. And you can use frozen broccoli. I'm using fresh, but you can use the frozen, and use about 1.5 cups. And then you use a can of, 1 can of water chestnuts. And you use 1 cup of celery and 1/2 cup of onions. I'm sure I have a little more onions than that in there, but like I said, you take a recipe and you make it your own. That's one good thing about you being the cook. You just make it your own. And you use 1 1/3 cups of milk. And just mix everything in the bowl. And get it all mixed up real good there. I love casseroles. And like I said, you make the recipe your own, because I had potatoes and I had about 1 cup of potatoes left over. And I wasn't going to throw them away. So I'm putting my leftover potatoes in it. They're just cut up and I'm just putting my leftover potatoes in it. So, and that's why I say take the recipe and make it your own. And then you use about 6 ounces of rice. This is a casserole that you can make up ahead of time, stick it in the refrigerator. Take it out when you get home from church, pop it in the oven. Make it up ahead of time, get home from work, put it in the oven. Now you're supposed to have 1.5 cups or so of chicken or turkey. I'm just gonna eyeball it and see what I think I want in it, because I like to have a lot of meat in my casseroles. So I may have more than that in it. I'm not sure, but it's okay. And then you take a can of chicken, cream of chicken soup. You put that in it. And like I said, you can use chicken or turkey, either one in this. And I wanted to make it, and I didn't have any turkey, so I cooked me up a little bit of chicken. So I'm using chicken in mine today. Last time I made it, I used turkey. And since I'm using chicken, you're supposed to put 1 cup of chicken broth in it. And I've got some chicken broth that I canned, but I'm just going to use my fresh chicken broth that's in my pan from cooking my chicken, and I'm going to use that. I always have a little bit of chicken broth, maybe a pint in the refrigerator, and I have totally ran out. I've been doing quite a bit with chicken broth, so I've run out. So, and then just stir it up. You want to add a little bit of salt and pepper, and like I always say, I don't use a lot of salt because of my husband's health, but I do use pepper. I love pepper. And then you'll use 2/3 of a cup of mayonnaise in it. cup. That looks like about enough. And we're going to bring all these flavors together. And we're going to bake this for an hour. We're going to cover the dish and we're going to bake it for 1 hour at 325. I've got my oven preheated. And then we're going to reduce the heat. No, we're not. We're going to uncover it. We're not going to reduce the heat. We're going to uncover it for another 15 minutes. When we uncover it, sprinkle just a little bit if you want, which I always like to because I love cheese. I sprinkle just a little bit of cheese across the top, and then I put some parsley on it, fresh parsley if I have it, across the top of it. I think I'm going to add some more cheese, chicken I mean, to that. Up there for a sandwich. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, but anyway, we'll put this in the oven at 325 for an hour, and then we'll reduce. There I am again, I'm reducing the heat. Get with it, Vera. I'm not going to reduce the heat. I'm going to cover it when I put it in there, and then when I go back in 1 hour, I'm going to uncover it. Put a little parsley on it and put a little bit of cheese. Sprinkle a little bit of cheese on it if you want. If you don't want the cheese on it, you don't have to put it on it. But that's your choice. Okay, we're going to transfer this into our baking dish. I'm making a mess. You know what? I think that's about all I'm going to put in there because I'm afraid it's going to bubble over. That's okay because I'll put that in a smaller dish and bake that separate and put that in the deep freeze and have a meal in the freezer. And that's another thing you can do. You can always make up these and freeze them. Most of your casseroles you can freeze, and I really like that. I know I was watching one of Miss Lori from Whippoorwill Hollow. She was doing some casseroles and some meals and freezing them, and I thought, you know, I need to get busy and do that. I usually have at least 5 to 8 casseroles in the freezer. I like to keep them in there for in case someone's sick in the neighborhood or in the church or something. You've always got a casserole in the freezer you can take out and thaw it out real quick and take it to them. And I've been kind of slack on that because I had a friend that was battling cancer, and I think I took most of them to her. So I got busy and I made up a bunch, and I think I'm going to add this to it. So anyway, now I'm going to put this in the oven and I'm going to cover it. There, I didn't reduce the heat. I'm going to cover it and put it in the oven and bake it, and then once it's been in there an hour, we'll uncover it, and then we'll be back. So we'll be back as soon as this is ready. Okay, we are back. It is bubbling. It is just absolutely too hot to try to taste, I think. I don't know. But anyway, sure looks good and it smells delicious. I took it after it was in there for an hour, I uncovered it and let it stay for another 15 minutes. And when I uncovered it, I added a little bit of cheese and I added my parsley. That parsley makes it really, really good. And then I had already taken the other one. I had another casserole there that was a smaller one because I had too much to go in that one. And of course it didn't take the smaller one as long to bake. So I took it out a little bit sooner because it's not quite as full, as deep as that one was. So I think we can take a little bit out of it because it's not as hot there. But I'm going to try that one. It's really, it smells so good. That parsley makes it smell delicious. And I'm sure it tastes delicious too. I'm going to burn my mouth. I know better than to do that, but I do it all the time. But that is delicious, absolutely delicious. And it's 15 minutes to put it together, and then just put it in the oven and let it bake. And you will love it. I know you will. So everyone, try it. We'll have the recipe posted down below. If you have any questions, just let us know. And have fun cooking. Appreciate you joining me today in my kitchen. And we'll be cooking with you again real soon. Thank you bunches.